Alrighty, I am here to reshoot the lost video, which is the video closing out this series of format pages that I promised you. We did this one, I guess, on the one that I published, and then I said I'd come back and we would do this one, and we would do this, and then it never appeared. Well, here's what happened. I think I shot the video, and then a bunch of things happened around here. And I left town for a few days and did some things and so on and so forth. And when I came back, I deleted a bunch of videos off of my computer because, you know, they take up a lot of room. Well, apparently I deleted the video of me doing this. So I am going to do it again. And I'm sure it's going to be even better this time. So I'm going to start with this right here. I'm going to cut these pieces out and I'll be right back. Okay, so these really probably don't need a whole lot of explanation, but I want to tell you that you might wonder, like, why did I make so many of these when you really only need one for a pattern? And the reason I did that is if you take that file and you print it, and you print this on colored paper or cute paper with the pattern on it, then you can just cut them out and they'll be in that pattern paper, this also. So I kept my writing over to the side for that reason, so that you could cut it out and make your banner out of other paper, scrapbook paper or paper that you've made yourself. Obviously, if you're just making it out of a piece of plain paper, you just need one of these to draw around for a pattern. Okay, so again, pretty straightforward. You figure out how many of these you want to go across your journal. And, you know, there's different ways you can glue it in, but I'm going to show you, let's see. Let's say I want it to say grace, so G-R-A-C-E, or some other word like that. Take a piece of string, and let's see, I'm using baker's twine. So what I do is you take your journal and you decide how far you want it to open up. Because if you open it all the way up and you did a piece of string this wide and you opened it up, your banner really wouldn't do much. So what's more fun, I think, is to maybe kind of get your pages where they don't open all the way and have your banner like that. So you have some tension between the two pages, and then glue your letters on so that when you open it, it may not open all the way, but it'll stand out. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here. So I'll allow a little bit on each end. Actually, I'm going to tie a knot, I think. So I'm going to allow a little extra here, because you can always trim it off. So, not that your journal is going to be the same size as mine, but it might be, because this is kind of a standard size here. So I cut off about a foot. Well, actually, that's 13 inches, 13, and about 17 inches. And so we'll pretend that I've got my word written on here. And let's say I'm going to do 5 letters. Obviously, you're limited by the space in your journal when you open it. That's why I did 2 sizes. I did the small ones and I did the big ones. These are the big ones, so you can't have as many letters. You could also do 2 tiers of these. I finally decided to clean out my glue tip on my Barely Art Glue. Okay, so I'm just going to put kind of a bubble of glue on each letter, on each side of each letter, of each little banner. And then I'm going to space them out the way I want them. And I'm going to actually use this thing for a change. I don't use it that often for measuring, but I'm going to kind of space them out a little bit and have them sort of on the same line as best I can. And then I'm going to try very carefully to lay this on here. We'll hope this works. Okay. And I kind of wanted it to show about there. So I'm going to pull it down. I think I might have it a little too tense. And then I'm going to pull this one down just a little bit. Of course, I have glue on my finger. And then pull this one down. I'm pulling it down because I want that thread to show in that gap, that little half circle, that little fingernail cut there. I want it to show because that'll make it cuter, I think. So I'm going to press it in there. Oh, come on now. Of course, this last one would mess up. Come on, let go of me. Okay, so that's sort of there. Glue on the back side of it. And honestly, to tell you the truth, you could just do one side, flip this over and put it in there and get a double use out of it. I kind of like the weight of having two of them. So I'm going to do a double banner, but you don't have to. And I'm going to do a little dot of glue at the bottom so it glues all the way across. So just a little bit of glue here. And then glue. And you know, you want to get them pretty close to, or they like line them up as close as you can. Hey, okay. Hey, keep your hands out of the glue if you can. You might want to do them one at a time if that is an issue. If you know that about yourself, which I should know that about myself, but I roll the dice anyway, I guess. So, okay, so one more. Put this one on, make it line up. Okay, so there's your banner. And so put your letters on whichever side you want them on. And so that was just a demo because I'd already, of course, done this video. So this is just to show you the gluing process that I use. But I'll show you the ones that I have in my journal already from the first video that I made. And so here is one that says Esther. I don't know if you can, I'm going to try and shoot it so you can see it. But I tied a knot and ran it through there. You could probably glue it too, but I think tying a knot, that way it won't break. It won't pull the glue off later if you open it and forget that you've got tension on it and pull it too tight and open it. The knot's going to hold better. So there's that one. And then, let's see, I think I put, oh, here's the other one. Okay, so I've glued one in. And then you could do, what I was going to show is you can do two layers. Like you could tie a knot, you could have it go like this, and then you could put another one down here. And the only thing is you want to be careful of when you do this. Here's the smaller one. The only limiting factor is, like, you wouldn't want to put it at the bottom because when you shut this video, it can fall out. I don't know if you could see that on the video, but it can fall out. So what you want to do is make sure you have it high enough so that when it's shut, it won't come out the bottom. So to do that, if you double this like this and you pull it up until it's not showing anymore, then that's the height that you could put it at. And then when it's shut, it won't fall out the bottom. And you know, if you shut it, it may not fall out the bottom anyway, but that way you're doubly safe. So hopefully that is showing on the video. Okay, so that is the banner idea. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to leave that big clip for last. And I'm going to show you this, the short pop-up and the long pop-up. And there was a piece that went with the short pop-up. It was a little card. It was back on page 5, I believe. And so, yes, here it is. So here's your short pop-up, and the card was on the other page. And it says card for short pop-up. And so what I did is you cut your square out. This is your gluing tab. So you're going to put glue here. And you want the glue to go right along the fold, really make sure that's glued there really close. And you're going to fold these lines just like this and glue that tab, and it will make this box. Then you're going to take the box, fold this card, by the way. Fold the card. You're going to take this box. You're going to put the glue on the back two pieces, and you line that line up on the fold of the card, just like we did on the other one. There was another pop-up I already showed you, and this works the same way. All the pop-ups work like this. You fold them down, and you put that folded piece against the fold of the card or the fold of your journal if you want it in your journal. And you smash it down flat, and then when it's good and dry, you pop it open, and then you pop it this way. You fold it this way, and it should fold both directions. It should fold flat, and it should fold shut. And so this would be a cute little, just another format for the pop-up if you wanted to make a small pop-up. And put, looking around here to see what do I have. Do I have anything, any like Tim Holtz die cut, little flower, or words maybe you want to put. You can create a little card, and you know, you can have it open up like this or like this. So that's kind of versatile. And then the long pop-up is here, and I glued it directly into my journal. It's the same exact thing. You're going to put the glue, cut this out. This is your glue box that glues to the side over here. So you're going to make sure you get glue along that line there. You always want it really good along the edge. So put glue here, fold it up, fold, 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 fold. Glue it, and it'll make this rectangle box. And once it's glued and dry, you flatten it out, and the same principle, that fold line will line up with the fold of your journal. So put that fold line right there, glue it on those two panels, glue it flat, let it dry. When it's dry, fold it shut, and it should shut flat that way too. And so what that can do is if you wanted to put a word like, well, let me just tear a piece of paper here. Like, let's say this is a cute cutout and it says, hello. And you wanted to cut it out. You can now glue it on here, and it just makes it stand out. Like when you're turning through a journal, this pops open. And it's just kind of interesting because it moves, it's raised, and it just adds interest. You could add a shape. It doesn't have to be this size. You could put something pretty large. If it's very large, you would actually maybe want to make 2 of these, and you could glue another one up here, and then you could put even a big item here, and then when you open it, it'll open up and pop out. So that is what those pop outs are for. So now we're going to do this large altered paper clip thing. So I'm going to take a cereal box, and I'm going to trace this out on a cereal box piece of cardboard, cut it out, and I'll be right back. Okay, full transparency here. I'm going to do this one a different way than I did last time, and here's why. Let me show you the one I actually did last time. Here's the one I did, and as you can see, I didn't get it folded directly in the middle, and so you can see the cereal box here. Now I'm going to put paper between it, and here's what I did. So this is the part that would show, and I had these stickers that were real cute. I thought that I got at Dollar Tree, and I just stuck those on. And so the way this works is if you have several pieces of paper, you could just, and of course they don't have to be this large, you can stick them in this and it kind of binds them and holds them, and you can then put it in a journal and take it out. So it just acts as sort of a binder. And then if you really wanted to, you could poke holes in it and you could actually bind it into a journal and let that be in there to put paper in and out if you wanted to remove it. So that's sort of the purpose of it. But since I've made it once, those are the mistakes I made, just letting you know. So this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover it with this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on now. I'm going to finish cutting out this shape. So my friend Ann was down. We shot a video. We did some paper, printed some paper, so that'll be coming soon. Did a lot of running around, went out to the fabric outlet, all the way out there. It's an hour to go to get there, and they were closed. They had a sign on the door that said, "Computer is down, closed today." I was so kind of disappointed. But we managed to go to some flea markets. That town has probably 10 flea markets in it, so we still had a great time. And they have an Amish grocery store and restaurant, so we had lunch there. Okay, so that's cut out. Set these scraps aside now. So here is the solution. I cut it apart. I cut it on the middle line so you have two pieces, and that way you can line it up, and if one side does peek out, you can trim it back so that both sides are the way you want them. So we're going to go with that. Let's cut it into two pieces if you want to make sure you don't have anything showing. And then on this piece of paper, it says the inside paper clip. So you're going to cut that out. Okay, so I've cut these inside paper clip pieces out, and you're going to want to fold them on the fold line, make them line up as best you can, and get two large paper clips, and you're going to put them inside, put them in the paper clip. Okay, and hold on to that like this. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to glue our paper clips inside here. And it's just like the other ones we did, only this is just a little bit larger thing we're doing. And you kind of have to push it down harder. Come on now, I just cleaned you out. Where's my pen? You kind of want to manhandle this and make it glue all the way around this paper clip. So you're going to glue it like this and hold it down all the way around it. Just kind of make sure that you push it down, the paper down around that paper clip. And let it stick really well. And you're going to do the same thing on this one. So while I'm holding this down, let's see if I can add glue on here. And make sure that you put the top of your paper clip up here by the fold. So I'm going to turn this over on here. and get it almost up to the top of this. Push it down. Push this down. I might even get some clamps here and clamp it for just a second. And then when you feel like it's glued down pretty well, we're going to glue this other side to it. Same situation. And we're going to also glue, well, no, we're going to glue this. We're going to glue, okay, so we're going to glue the clips. So line that up. If that peeks out a little bit, you can trim it later, but get your cardboard lined up and clamp it. Clamp that. Clamp it really well all the way around. Okay, just let that dry. Okay, I'm going to take the clamps off. Okay, and because you glued this to each side of this, the clip inside is open. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You can put your paper in between and it will go in like this. And so there's your little binder. Now, because we left this open, and you can leave it like that if you want to, I'm going to, I think I'm going to add a piece of washi tape to the back of it. And you don't have to do that because this will work just like this. But I'm going to take a piece of washi tape, and this, we'll see if this works. But I mean, I know it'll work, but whether I can get it done properly and where it looks good. And here's what I was talking about. You can go back now if you need to add more glue around the edges anywhere. You can touch them up. Or if you need to trim any paper away that's sticking out, you can do that. I think that's the only one I saw. That one could use a little haircut. Okay, so I'm going to add, hopefully this works, just a really fine line of glue because washi tape's not permanent. So I try to always add glue. And I think this tape will look all right. So I'm going to stick this just barely over the edge. Okay, I got it. It's going to show more on this side because I did just barely got it on that side, but that's all right. So I'll add a little bit of glue on this edge. And I think I'll trim that washi tape now before I fold it over, and then fold it over on the glue. And just remember, you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. That just kind of seals the back of it up. And then you can decorate it if you want. These are the stickers I used on this other one. I thought they looked kind of cute on that brown, and I'm going to do it on this one too. And I just did it on one side. So these puffy stickers were at the Dollar Tree here in the United States. I'm not sure if you guys have them, anything like that wherever you are, but I'm going to use, let's see, should I use the same ones? Let's see if that'll, I'll use this one, a little bit different one. So I'll put a little bit of glue. Stick that on there. But I was telling you, you could use the liquid pearls and do pearl drops on it, or other stickers that you might have. And I don't think I'll add the flowers on this one. I'm just going to leave it like that. I think that's enough for that one. So that is now, hopefully I get this put on YouTube without any problems and I finish this series. Now I'm going to continue here, you know, later on. I think I'm going to do probably another series down the road, or add certain ones that as I come to them. So this series is not necessarily over. It's just over as far as the kit number 2. So anyway, I hope you liked it. If you did, click like and think about subscribing, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.